Good afternoon and welcome to Crossley Field here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the Ripken Experience. It's ABA Prospect Conference Baseball. ABA back on the air. I'm Griffin Leonard saying good afternoon from Myrtle. It's the Kingsmen and the Blue Claws of Ray's Collegiate. First game of 3, and it is Aiden Hyatt on the mound pitching to Caden McNeil. Take you through the whole lineup in just a second, but here is the first pitch of the ball game. Hyatt throwing right-hand side, and his first pitch is a fastball on the outside half of the zone, called strike to open it up. It's McNeil, Waters, and Beatrice. First 3 for the Kingsmen, who come into the series today a game back to first place in the ABA prospect standings. 0-2, that's on the outside corner. Moore pitching, or rather Hyatt pitching to the catcher Moore, both named Aiden. Aiden Hyatt on the mound, Aiden Moore behind the plate. Caden McNeil behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that bounces once on the way into the glove. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield for the Rays, it's Concepcion, Sarah, Hutchinson, and Morris around the infield. And Moore once again, the catcher. 1-2 to McNeil. He swings and misses. A strikeout for McNeil to start the ball game. Full order for the Kingsmen. McNeil, then Ryan Waters, Owen Beatrice. Israel Classe, Montgomery Hart, Hudson Entrican are 4, 5, 6. Then the bottom 4 in the order, Mason Ritzma, Tristan Harless, Christian Burney, and Dino Catani. Burney is the extra hitter. Tristan Harless is the designated hitter. Right on left here with 1 away for Waters. He takes ball 1 low. Black uniforms for the Kingsmen against the all blues with the white numerals for Rays. And now 2 balls and no strikes to Ryan Waters, the center fielder. Outfield for the Rays, it is Maltoff, Rayleigh, and Wojciech. Hitters count here for Waters. That is high for ball 3. Waters looking to reach here. Owen Beatrice on deck in the 3-hole. Three balls, no strikes. And that is a 4-pitch walk from Aiden Hyatt after he struck out Caden McNeil. Ryan Waters reaches on the free pass. Second game of the week for the Kingsmen. They will play a total of 5. 2, 3, and 4, all against the Blue Claws out here in Myrtle Beach. Grace Academy to wrap up the week after the Kingsmen defeated the Lander University JV Bearcats 6-2 yesterday out in Greenwood. Here's Beatrice. Did not play in the game yesterday. His first swing of the week is a foul ball to the first base side.
Let's go, baby.
Quick spin and a throw to first. Back safely goes Waters with the tag from Morris. Beatrice, the commit to St. John's, did not play in the game yesterday. The Kingsmen trying to get a couple more of their uncommitted players on the roster into the lineup, playing in front of the collegiate coaches at Lander. Beatrice took a ball that time to even the count at 1 apiece. Israel Classe is on deck, and then it will be Montgomery Hart. Kingsmen looking for some early offense. Waters with a good lead at first. 1-1. And there's a pop-up shallow center. Coming in on it is Rayleigh, and back goes the shortstop, Sarah. And it is Sarah into shallow center that makes the catcher out number 2.
One more, let's go.
Big swing from Beatrice, but it ended up off the end of the bat. And it hangs up for the shortstop. So Israel Classe in the cleanup hole is at the bat with 2 away, batting left-hand side against the right-handed throwing Aiden Hyatt. In the dugout, ready to go, is Noah Entrikin. He will be on the mound here for Game 1 of this 3-game series for the Kingsmen. Ball 1. Recent commit to Gardner-Webb University out in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Will be his first start since announcing that commitment. One ball, no strikes. And again, off the plate outside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Waters walked with 1 away, but has not budged. Classe trying to move him over as the middle of the order comes to the plate here in the first inning. 2-0. Missed outside, perhaps a bit high. Classe with a big leg kick there. He's ready to drive if he got one that he liked, but the ball was off the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. Montgomery hard on deck if the inning continues. Hyatt with the 3-0 that found the zone to get things started. Hitters count here for Classe. Scoreless between the Kingsmen and Rays Collegiate. The Kingsmen looking for some wins on the road after sweeping the Blue Claws in March at Caramont Health Park. Runner on the move. Big cut from Classe. He comes up empty. Throw down to second. And they have got him to end the inning. Ryan Waters caught stealing, and that does it for the top of the first. It'll be Classe to come to the plate in the second, but it'll be more Rayleigh and Hutchinson. When we come back, it's Rays Collegiate to the plate against Entrikin right here in a moment on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom 1 here in Myrtle Beach. Thanks for joining us today on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. It's ABA conference play between the Kingsmen and the Blue Claws of Rays Collegiate. There is a swing and a miss. Aiden Moore started with a strike against Noah Entrikin, the Gardner-Webb running Bulldog, the future Bulldog out in Boiling Springs. And is 1-1 now. Entrikin pitching against Aiden Moore. Moore, the catcher for Rays. He is in the leadoff spot. Then it'll be Matthew Rayleigh and Torrey Hutchinson. 1-1. There's a pop-up first base side, playable for Dino Catani, who's getting the start today. And Catani is thrusted right into the game, has the catch for out number 1. Around Entrikin, it is Classe, Hart, Beatrice, and Dino in the infield. Mason Ritzma is catching Entrikin. The outfield is McNeil, Waters, and Noah's brother Hudson Entrikin. So 1 out, facing Matthew Rayleigh. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. Out of the windup, Entrican has an 0-1 count. And nails the outside corner. It is 0-2. Here's an 0-2 pop-up foul. Aiden Hyatt started Game 3 against the Kingsmen back at Caramount Health Park. That was a game that the Kingsmen won by a final score of 12-1. 0-2. That's a ball inside.
We're staying at the State Bridge over, it's like...
Noah Entrican, meanwhile, started in Game 1 of that 3-game series as he throws the 1-2, and it is fouled away again by Rayleigh, who is continuing to make Entrican work hard. Entrican, through Game 1 of the series, that was a 12-2 win over the Blue Clouds.
Let's go!
Downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One today, tomorrow.
2-2. Breaking ball. Got him. First strikeout of the game for Noah Entrican, and there are quickly 2 away here. A defensive battle forming early between the Kingsmen and Ray's Collegiate. Torrey Hutchinson is the second baseman batting in the 3-hole, just as the Kingsman second baseman is doing so today. Owen Beatrice in the 3 spot on one side, Hutchinson the other, and Entrican's first pitch, a fastball that he got by outside half. 0-1. In the second, we'll see Classe, Hart, and Entrican. KBA trying to keep this one tied in the first inning. 0-1 pitch. Back to the fastball, 0-2 after a couple swings, empty from Torrey. Danny Concepcion is the batter if Rays can get through the minimum. Kingsman brought 4 to the plate, but only finished 3 at-bats with Waters caught stealing. 0-2. Line drive right field, and it is foul. Hutchinson nearly found the foul line opposite field side. It was over Dino Catani, but missed the line by a couple of feet. So it remains 0-2 here with 2 away. Entrican, the left-hander, throwing his 14th pitch, looking for his second strikeout. Got it! Back-to-back Ks to end the first. Entrican's got 2 early. We head to the second inning. It is 0-0 here in Myrtle Beach on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the second inning, it's the Kingsmen and Rays Collegiate here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. I'm Griffin Leonard saying good afternoon wherever you may be joining us. Thanks for spending your day with us here in Kingsmen Country. It's Israel Classe at the plate to start the second. He was at the plate when the first inning concluded. Hyatt's first pitch of the second is a ripped foul ball left side and off the screen. Classe was at the plate, had a 3-1 count when Ryan Waters took off trying to steal second. Classe swung through it, and then Waters was thrown out at second base after a good throw from Aiden Moore. Classe takes the 0-1 fastball called on the outside corner by home plate umpire Julian Chestnut. A couple of brothers as the umpires here this afternoon. Julian at the plate, Brandon Chestnut behind first base right now with nobody on. Aiden Hyatt toes the rubber, looking to get Classe here, facing 4-5-6. Would love to get the cleanup man with nobody out, but the pitcher and catcher are going to come together here, top of 2. Kingsmen come into today's game 1 game back of the ABA prospect lead in 4th place, but there's 4 teams all within punching distance of that top spot. Rays Collegiate, meanwhile, looking to get on a late season run and find a way into the postseason to be played in Lake Point mid-May. About a month to go in the regular season. It has flown by so fast. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Classe looking to fight here against Hyatt. And he took that breaking ball that bounced off the catcher's glove and up into the netting. 2 layers of backstop here at Crosley Field at Myrtle Beach. There's chain link after the initial brick. There's a very small segment of padding, but if the ball is thrown wide, don't expect it to bounce off softly. 2-2. Swing and a miss. They've got Classe here for the first out of the inning. That's 2 strikeouts for Aiden Hyatt against the Kingsmen. You've got the chain link, and then you've got the netting up top of it. See if that affects anything behind the plate in today's ball game. 1 out, bases clear for Montgomery Hart, the shortstop, batting for the first time today. Takes a curveball outside, 1-0. It was caught by Moore with the glove turned over. Hart was hitless in the ball game yesterday at Lander, but he did hit a rocket, the line drive to center. Hung up for the center fielder in that game, Bechtold. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. 1-1. Outside corner. Hyatt has lived there, and we'll see if the Kingsmen can start to go opposite field. They might need to with the location, the quality control we're seeing here early from the Rays right-hander. 1 ball and 2 strikes with Hudson Entrikin on deck. Hyatt comes set. Moore sets up shop, and here's the 1-2. Breaking ball tailed outside, and the count is even. Two-two pitch. There's a ball hit left side, but it does hook foul and out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Outside off the plate that time to get the count to its maximum. Hyatt's pitch count has remained pretty low, but it is rising toward 30. This next pitch will be number 28 through an inning and a third for Hyatt. Full count pitch to Gummy. And Hart takes ball 4. It's the second walk of the day for Aiden Hyatt. And puts a runner on with 1 away. Same start to the second inning as in the first. A swinging strikeout for the leadoff hitter, and then a walk to put him in on first base. We'll see what Hudson Entrikin can do with the Kingsmen's second base run. A couple of fresh baseballs for the home plate umpire, Julian Chestnut. Smaller ballpark here at Crosley Field. Edgerton takes a strike. Only 350 on the sign out in center field. 320 in right field. 301 down the left field line. See if the power is on display over the course of this series. Spin throw down to first. Back safely goes Montgomery Hart. And another throw. Edgerton in his last game went 1 for 2, reached twice. He had a single and a walk. There's a chopper, third base side. Coming in on it, fielding it high hop is Concepcion. Throws to first in time as Hart moves to second. 2 down, top 2. Mason Ritzma has a man in scoring position, the first runner in scoring position in this ball game. And Ritz will be looking to bring him around. Ritz had a big game yesterday against Lander. Mentioned it a couple of times, but this week, the first time that his parents and siblings have been able to come down from Ontario to see him play for the Kingsmen. And he put on a show for him yesterday. A double high off the wall, almost got out of the ballpark in right field. Threw out 2 runners behind the plate trying to steal bases for Lander. And he will try to bring in the game's first run here against Aiden Hyatt. Hyatt comes set at the bell. Cocks the leg and comes forward. And it is high for ball 1. Bottom 2, we'll see Danny Concepcion, Malachi Wojciech, and Jackson Serra. 4, 5, 6 for Rays after Edgerton got the 3 he saw in the first. 1-0. Ritzma, a check swing, ground ball to third, throw across the diamond is strong and in time, and they get out of it with the runner stranded on second base. The Kingsmen, unable to score in the first 2 frames, will head bottom 2, 0-0 here in Myrtle Beach. Back here, bottom 2, Noah Entrican back on the mound to face Danny Concepcion. And his first pitch of the inning is in there for a strike, popping off the glove of Mason Ritzma. Kingsmen have been stifled early, trying to return the favor against Ray's Collegiate. And it's 0-2 to Danny Concepcion. Concepcion, the third baseman, got the infield assist on 2 of the 3 outs in the last inning. 0-2. And a foul ball fought off backstop to remain alive. 2 strikeouts and a pop out to first base for Noah Entrican in inning number 1. Another 0-2. And once again, throwing the bat after it, Concepcion, who fights off what probably would have been a ball outside, but it zipped in there quickly, and Concepcion not going to leave it up to chance. So it remains 0-2 here, followed by Wojciech and Sarah. Danny Concepcion trying to be a good leadoff. The appeal down to first says yes, that's a strikeout. Breaking ball that ended up close to that back foot. Concepcion got the bat halfway around, and he's down for out number 1. 3 early strikeouts, 3 in a row now. Strikeouts for Entrican. Mentioned it earlier, his last time out was his only relief start of the season. Got the save in that one, no hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. One ball, no strikes to Malachi Wojciech, left on left matchup, and he swings through that one. A fastball middle half of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Entrican's last start was his second start of the year with 10 strikeouts. He's trying to crank those numbers up here. He's fired another one in, and Wojciech with an audible response to. I think he wishes he'd got the bat around. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. A couple of fastballs in a row from Entrican. Goes to the curveball, but he left it shy, and it was outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The ERA for Noah after back-to-back starts, which saw 0 earned runs, has got that ERA back down under 1. 2-2 at the knees. Another strikeout. 4 in a row for Noah Entrican, and he'll face Jackson Sarah here with 2 away. Sarah, the shortstop in the 6 hole for Ray's Collegiate. First pitch to the righty, and it's low of the zone.
I want to get serious. My first thing I do with you guys.
There's a ground ball up the middle, of base hit into center field. Sarah's got the first hit of the game for either team. And he's on here with 2 away. A ground ball that was hit right back at the pitcher's mound. Entrican was unable to get it, and it rolled through between the middle infielders. Jackson Sarah had a base hit in the series opener at Caramont Health Park against the Kingsmen. And he's got himself another base hit here in this 3-game series opener. 2 down out of the stretch the first time is Entrican, and there's a foul ball that bounced back toward home plate. Matt Fell, the designated hitter batting for Hyatt, has himself a chance to hit with a man on base and 2 outs. Entrican threw 14 pitches in the first inning. This will be number 14 here in the second. Had a chance to get out of it a little bit earlier, but the 2-out base hit extended things. 0-1. Breaking ball, outside corner. Beautiful location on that spinner from Noah. It is 0-2. In the top of the third, it'll be the bottom three in the Kingsmen order. Tristan Harless, Christian Burney, and Dino Catani. Move over to first, and back safely is Jackson Serra. Infield of Clase, Hart, Beatrice, and Catani for the Kingsmen. McNeil, Waters, Entrican in the outfield. 0-2. Another curveball, that time a couple further away from the plate into the right-hand side batter's box.
Let's go.
Cale Conan will hit as the extra hitter if this second inning continues anymore. Another move to first, this time Serra a little quicker to it. He's back standing up. That ball got away from Dino Catani, but not enough for the runner to get on the move. Start time 1 o'clock Eastern this afternoon here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 4 hours from Gastonia. Not a terrible drive for the Kingsmen with the game on the way. Runner on the move. There's a fastball high. The letters throw down from Ritz. Tag. Not in time. A stolen base. Serra dove in. Ball was just high, 2-2. And now time called as Ritz will walk out to Entrican. It was a good throw, but Serra got a really good jump.
Yeah, let's go, Matt.
2-2. Curveball got him. Chased it just off the plate. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Noah Entrican, who has 5 of his first 6 by way of the K. We head to the third. It is scoreless here in Myrtle Beach. We'll be right to the third we go here. The Kingsmen back to the plate. It is Tristan Harless leading things off. And a first pitch breaking ball just missed high. One 0. And another curveball, once again high of the zone. Hyatt has looked good through 2 innings, 2 walks, the only base runners he's given up. The runner has gotten no farther than second base. Montgomery Hart was stranded at second to end the second. 2-0. Harless takes it down the pipe. It's 2-1. 0-0 between the Kingsmen and the Rays Collegiate Blue Claws. Second series of the season that the two teams have squared off. The ball outside, just off the plate. It's 3-1. Kingsmen played 3 times at Caramount. They'll play 3 times here. They also squared off in October during the fall season. The Kingsmen playing the Blue Claws at Belmont Abbey University back in October. Here's a good curveball to get the count to 3-2. He missed high with a couple early on in the at-bat. That one found in the strike zone. Christian Burney is on deck. Then it'll be Dino Catani in the top of the order. 3-2. Harless strikes out outside edge. Good pitch from Hyatt. Was down 3-1 in the count. And he comes back to get the leadoff man. Strikeout number 3 for Aiden Hyatt. Putting together a good year for the Blue Claws on the mound. Christian Burney had an exciting start to his game yesterday. We'll see what he does here. And he won't have the opportunity to swing at that one. It is 1-0 with the high fastball. Swung at the very first pitch he saw against Lander yesterday and hit a home run to left field. 1-0. And there's a check swing. That ball might be trouble. It's down. The second baseman fields and the ball to the catching area. The catcher Moore has it. Burney went down and appears to be okay. Really awkward play. Not sure how much you could see of that down the line at home, but there was a pop-up first base side. It was just over the glove of the first baseman, Joe Morris. The second baseman, Hutchinson, had it, and Burney started to round first, thinking it was an easy base hit. Had to hustle it out because the pitcher was covering and ended up nearly tripping over the bag. He appears to be okay, but it's a leadoff, or rather a one-out single for Christian Burney. Ball 1 to Dino Catani. Was the designated hitter in the last game for the Kingsmen at the prospect level. Before that, his last plate appearance was March 4th against PDG. Everyday starter for varsity, but normally only used as a courtesy runner for the catcher here in a lot of the prospect games. Bottom of the order up, then Katie McNeil to bat next. That's a ball to make it 2-0. Catani in the ball game yesterday reached all 3 times to the plate against Lander. 2 for 2. That's high for a ball. It's 3-0. Hyatt gave up his first base hit of the game to Burney 1 hitter ago. He has walked a hitter in each of the first 2 innings. He's in danger of walking a second runner aboard here in the third. McNeil is on deck. 4-pitch walk to Catani.
Come here.
Meeting on the mound for Rays Collegiate gives us a chance to talk about the beautiful ballpark environment that we're at here today at Myrtle Beach. My first time to this facility. It sounds like a lot of our guys that are from the area have played games here at the Ripken Experience at some point. Beautiful ballpark, a few miles off of the water here in Myrtle Beach. The Ripken Experience has a number of fields here at the ballpark, the majority of which modeled off of old Major League ballparks. So there is a Polo Grounds replica here at the ballpark. There's an Ebbets Field replica at the ballpark, the old Brooklyn Dodgers Stadium. Here today we're at the Crosley Field. That's the old home of the Cincinnati Reds, played there starting in the 1910s. One of the ballparks during the Black Sox scandal in 1919 when the Chicago White Sox threw the World Series against Cincinnati. Second and first one out. That's high for a ball. So pretty cool to be playing at a ballpark like this, but that's why those field dimensions are maybe a little bit lower than you would typically see, because the ballparks are replicas of those other fields. 1-0 to McNeil. Low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Another thing to be aware of with this ballpark, there's a little bit of a slope as you get toward the wall. There's no warning track, but you have a little bit of a hill, similarly to Crosley Field back in the other Queen City of Cincinnati. 2-0. And that is just low, ball 3.
Okay, then. Don't help him out,
Kingsmen turn over the lineup here in the third, and McNeil takes a strike, 3-1. One on a walk around the complex pregame when the team was taking batting practice, and Polo Grounds is the one that stood out to me the most. 270 down the lines, and then you get out towards center, and if you've ever seen Polo Grounds, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I encourage you to Google it. There's a cutout. There's ball 4 to Caden McNeil to load up the bases. Back-to-back walks, that one on 5 pitches. But there's, in essence, a little bit of a cutout of the center field fence where it starts to meet, and then it ends up turning into a bit of a rectangle at the end to carve out maybe 15 more feet of outfield grass into a little, essentially a little box out in deep center field. They've recreated it pretty well here at the ballpark. I'd be scared to play center. Waters takes a strike at the letters. He walked and was caught stealing his last time. The Kingsmen have multiple runners on base for the first time, and here in the third they have the bases loaded with 1 out. Looking for the first scoring of this ball game after the teams traded zeros in the first 2 frames. Waters hits a foul ball to the third base side, 0-2. The Kingsmen scored early and often against Lander yesterday. Scored a run in the first, 2 runs in the second to take an early 3-1 lead. They never gave that lead up. 0-2. And Waters, another foul ball.
Good, Ryan. Good job.
Important for Waters to get the ball in play here and try to score the run. Cannot afford a strikeout. Beatrice is on deck. That is low. The frame job from the catcher, Aiden Moore, didn't do the pitch any favors. 1-2 is the count. Just a single game here today, a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 away. Waters swings in, misses at that ball tailing away from the zone. Had a pretty good amount of break on it. Not sure if it was just the changeup. But whatever it was thrown to perfection from Aiden Hyatt, who has strikeout number 4. And it's bases loaded, 2 down for OB. Beatrice has had plenty of big moments for the Kingsmen this season. Trying to have another one here in the third. Myrtle takes a first pitch strike from Hyatt. Kingsmen trying to do their starting pitcher a favor. Get him a lead to work with. He struck out 5 hitters through 2 innings, set to face 8, 9, 10 in the third. 0-1, Hyatt fires home a curveball that dips just below the zone. 1-1, a lot of break on that spinner from the right-hander. One, and a foul ball off of the home plate umpire Julian Chestnut. A big hack from Beatrice, but the count now 1-2. It'll be Cale Conan, Joe Morris, and Cooper Maltoff, 8, 9, 10, to come to the plate against Entrican in the third. Israel Classe awaits a chance on deck if the Kingsmen can score a run and keep this third inning going. Beatrice popped out to shallow center his last time. Looking to level one out here with a 1-2 count. Hyatt dials up a fastball. It's low, 2-2. A single and 2 walks in the inning for the Kingsmen to load the bases, but the other 2 batters have both struck out. Hyatt trying to get himself a third. 2-2. Beatrice takes a curveball high, trying to drop it into the zone. He didn't miss by a whole lot. It is 3-2. Runners will have a head start with the count full, a pivotal pitch here in the opening half of this ball game. The base runners chomping at the bit to get running here. 3-2 from Hyatt, and it's in the dirt. 1 run scores on the walk. The round is made around third by Dino Catani, but the catcher has it quickly enough that no one tries any funny business. But Beatrice walks to bring in a run, and it is 1-0 here in the third inning. Hyatt has been hard to beat when the ball has been over the plate, but some walks have made things difficult. First pitch to Classe, and he sends one to deep right field. It is playable for Wojcik, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Classe gave it a decent ride, but didn't quite have the pop on it to blow this game wide open. But the Kingsmen strike first in the third. It's 1-0. Right here, Prospect Baseball returns after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom 3, it is 1-0 here at Crosley Field in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Noah Entrican back on the mound, and he fires in a first pitch strike to Cale Koenig. Entrican through 2 innings, 31 pitches, 5 strikeouts, a base hit. And he is dealing here to start the third. A couple of fastballs that the Blue Claws have had minimal success. You had the Sarah base hit, but outside of that, they just have not been able to catch up to it. There's a 3-pitch strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Noah here through 2 1/3. Mentioned it earlier, his strikeout high on the season is 10. He's hit that mark twice, and he is now over halfway to that mark here in the third inning. Joe Morris, the next hitter to the plate, batting right-hand side against the lefty Entrican. There's a line drive foul. It hooks into the Kingsmen bullpen, gave it a decent ride, but could not keep it between the lines. Morris, the Rays Collegiate first baseman. Down 0-1. That breaking ball ran in and hit him. First free pass issued by Noah Entrikin. Morris wears the curveball. There's a runner on first with one out. First pitch swinging, Cooper Malthoff. When the Kingsmen and Rays played out in Gastonia, the Blue Claws only scored 3 runs over those 3 games, but Malthoff had a very good game. The first game of the series, he takes the ball there high. Batting in the 10 spot, just as he is today, he had a walk and then a double down the left field line against the Kingsmen. That injected some energy into that Rays Collegiate team at the time. Entrikin over to first, and the tag late by Catani. Bottom of the order up, then Aiden Moore will come to the plate for the second time, provided that the inning does not end with a double play. 1-1. Outside corner, 2 strikes to Malthoff. Morris takes his lead on first base, trying to get Rays Collegiate another runner into scoring position. That is high for a ball. Ritzma looked at first but did not throw. Sarah had singled with 2 away in that second inning and then stole second, but Fell went down swinging to prevent that run from coming in. 2-2. Malthoff looks at it outside. The throw down to first is late. Just off the plate with that 2-2 pitch, the count is full. Time called. Morris may have maybe cut himself up a little bit on that dive, looking down at his right forearm. I would assume it's significant enough that time needed to be called, but now Morris looks like he's going to be all right without any attention from the dugout. So 3-2 is the count after the hit by pitch. Entrikin trying to come back and get the batter, but he loses him with a fastball just high of the zone. Coach Joe Hudak on the way out to the mound here with 2 away. Second and first, or rather just 1 out here in the third inning. 1-0 is the score. Kingsmen grabbed a run in the top of the third inning with a walk after the bases were loaded. There were 3 walks in that inning from Rays Collegiate in addition to the Christian Burney check swing single. The hits have been hard to come by in this ball game between the Kingsmen and the Blue Claws. Just 1 hit for either side through the first 2.5 innings. Entrikin at 42 pitches through 2 1/3. He has allowed 2 hitters to reach in a row, the 2 at the bottom of the order, and now he has to face Aiden Moore with runners on. Moore popped out to first the first time around. That's high and away for a ball. Entrikin was untouchable practically in the first 2 innings. He has looked a little bit more human here in the third. Out of the stretch here with runners on, and time has been called by Aiden Moore.
I've been writing a lot for
1-0. Ground ball, chance for 2. It is to Hart, who lost it on the transfer, now goes to first. It is not in time. An excellent screen by the runner heading to third. Hart is talking to Brandon Chestnut, the base umpire, but unless he touched the ball, he's completely allowed to do what he did. A fielding error on Montgomery Hart loads the bases. It was a near perfect screen from Joe Morris, who was on second base running to third. And now here is Matthew Raley. Foul ball, and Ritz took one off of the mask.
Gaston has pretty much everything that a small
Oh, 1. And it's away from the zone. Entrekin looks like he slipped throwing that pitch, and now he is on his back, and this is not good. Not good at all. Entrekin kind of slipped off the mound, and he was briefly on his back, now pushes himself up to his knees. All 3 coaches out there talking to Entrekin right now, who has not stood up. He has dealt with a couple of issues with his back as he now sits back down on the edge of the pitching mound. Entrekin asking for a hand. He's going to stand back up. We'll see if he remains in this game. He has the glove back on and takes the baseball. They're going to give him a couple tosses to see how he looks and feels. Scary, scary sights for the Kingsmen, who have already been down on pitching this year. A couple of arms getting closer and completely coming back. Entrekin threw that pitch. It was a strike. Kind of a little bit of a grimace from what we could see down here. The second one, no reaction. The coaches are going to walk off. It looks like Entrekin's going to stay in this ballgame. He's a competitor. And of course, you want to make sure that he is healthy and good to continue over anything else. But if the lefty says he wants the ball, you give him the ball. So 1-1 is the count. Entrekin is going to stay in this ball game, working out of the windup with the bases loaded. 1-1 to Matthew Raley. And a foul tip into the glove of Ritzma. It is 1-2. Raley struck out looking his first time. The first of what has so far in this ball game been 6 strikeouts for Entrekin. Looking for a big number 7 here to keep the bases where they are. Breaking ball, tapped to short. Hart has another chance. He goes to Beatrice for 1. They throw to first, and it is not in time. 1 run scores on the fielder's choice to tie the ball game. It was a chopper to Hart, which made it difficult to get that exchange going as quickly as possible. And by the time the ball got down to first base, Matthew Raley was running through the base. So it is 1-1. Torrey Hutchinson up with runners on the corners and 2 outs. See what the Kingsmen do defensively if Raley tries to take second. The Rays are 1 for 1 on stolen bases here today. 2 outs, tie ball game here in Myrtle Beach. There's a pop-up foul, 0-1. The runner was not moving. In the fourth, it'll be Hart, Entrican, Ritsema. The Kingsmen just one hit off of Aiden Hyatt so far. They scored primarily due to a couple of free passes in that inning. 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Does not get it. It's 1-1. They'll need to figure out the bats if they are to take control of this ball game. Taking off early, now they've got a runner in between first and second. Entrican going to take a couple steps that way, but not mess with him. 2 outs, no need to worry about a double play opportunity. And the runner takes second. 1-1. Curveball in, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Come on, man, let's go.
Kingsmen trying to get out of this third with the game knotted up at 1 apiece. Both teams have scored here in the third inning. There's a curveball, and it clips the top edge of the strike zone. Strike number 2, and it is 2-2 with 2 outs. Runners on second and third looking to score. If Torrey Hutchinson can come up with a big hit, he struck out his last time. Entrican out of the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, foul tip, strike 3. Strikeout number 7. 1 run scores, but this game all tied up as we head into 4. We'll be right back. Prospect Baseball continues after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Fourth inning, here we go. It's 1-1 here at Crosley Field in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The Ripken Experience, the home of today's game number 1 of what will be 3, a doubleheader for you tomorrow. Aiden Hyatt gets a ground ball back toward the mound. Long run for the catcher, throw to first, and they've got him by half a step. Hart grounds out catcher to first base to start the inning. That's a really good throw from Moore, who had to come about 10 feet out of his crouch in order to make that play. Nearly a swinging bunt to get Hart on here to start the 4th inning, but instead Hudson Entrican batting with 1 out and the bases clear. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, scooped out nicely by Moore. Hart had walked in the second, was stranded at second base. Grounds out here. Entrican grounded out to third his first time to the plate. That ball well high at the eyebrows of Entrican. 2 balls and no strikes. Hitters count here for Huddy. All right, that one low of the zone, and it is 3-0. Just 1 hit for the Kingsmen so far, but they have walked aboard 5 times in the first 3 innings of this game. Chance for an even half dozen here with Entrican ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. Hyatt just misses the zone. No 3-0 expansion that time. And Entrican walks to first base. So Ritzma, who had a check swing ground out to end the second inning to third base, comes to the plate here looking for a full swing and a monster hack to get this fourth inning truly started. Entrican reaches with one out. He's on first, held on by the first baseman, Morris. Hyatt's first pitch is high to Ritzma. A Canadian catcher catching the foul tip into the mitt. Hit by Hutchinson to get out of the bottom of the third. Both teams scored one run in the third after a scoreless first two innings. We are tied up at 1 here, top 4. Hyatt throws to Morris. Back safely goes Entrican. 2 of the 3 games that the Kingsmen played in Gastonia against the Blue Claws ended via the mercy rule. But that is not the track, at least that we are currently on here this afternoon. That ball off the plate, 2-0. Hitters count for Ritzma, 6 in a row off the plate. And that ends the streak. High strike there to make it 2-1.
Hey, coach, we're going to talk about, hey, coach. Thank you. Right there to go.
2 balls and 1 strike. Entrican now dives back into first. Decent lead at first for Entrican. And that ball low. It bounces off the umpire and back in front of home plate. Entrican did not move a muscle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Tristan Harless is on deck for the Kingsmen. 0 for 1 today, as is Ritzma at the plate, trying to reach for the first time. All tied up here in the 4th. And another throw to first, much closer, but safe the call. Entrican had to dive back in quickly. The tag from Morris was on the helmet. Hitters count for Ritzma. And he drills one into deep center field. Back on it goes Rayleigh, up onto that hill, and he made the catch for out number 2. Entrican retreats. Nice catch by Matthew Rayleigh out in center field. He took a couple steps up onto that high sloping, I guess you could call it a warning track. But he stayed with it to make the catch despite the change in elevation. So 2 outs here in the 4th after the long fly out by Ritzma. And here's Tristan Harless. Another throw over to first. That catch is difficult when you end up on a slope like that because you're not looking where you're running. Looking up at that ball, suddenly you take a step and your foot lands 3 inches higher than where you're expecting it to. Harless swings at the first pitch, hits it high in the air to left center, staring up his Molotov, trying to block out the sun, and he does make the catch to end the inning. The Kingsmen get a run on with another walk, but they do not score. It remains tied at 1 as we head bottom 4 here in Myrtle Beach. We'll be right back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom 4, Noah Entrican back on the mound after he wrapped up the third with a strikeout. A little bit of a scare there in the bottom of the third when he went down after throwing a second pitch of an at-bat. Ended up sitting down on the mound, attended to by the coaches briefly, but threw a couple of warm-up pitches and looks okay. So we'll see how he throws here in the fourth against Concepcion, Wojciech, and Sarah. He struck out both Concepcion and Wojciech the first time that they faced off, but Sarah had the lone base hit of the ball game for Ray's Collegiate. 4-5-6 here in the fourth. In the dirt. 3 hitters faced in the first, 4 in the fifth, or rather 4 in the second, 6 in the third. We'll see how many he needs to get out of this fourth inning. That is low as well. 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0) hitters count, drilled to short on a few hops. Montgomery Hart to first base, 1 out. Hart was pretty heavily involved in the third inning, made a fielding error because of a screen by Joe Morris running in front of that ground ball. And then was the front end of what was a double play attempt to get out of the inning, but it turned into a fielder's choice when it was hustled out by Matthew Rayleigh. So here's Malachi Wojciech, left on left, and 1 out here in the fourth. Line drive foul off the end of the bat. 0-1 is the count. Wojciech in right field today for the Blue Claws. 0-1 curveball, framed nicely by Ritzma. Gets the outside corner strike call from Julian Chestnut. That is 0-2. Wojciech struck out looking his last time, and Entrican has him in a good spot. Foul ball fought off by Wojciech, learning from the last pitch. That ball ended up in essentially the same exact spot. And seeing the strike call 1 pitch ago, he fights it off to stay alive, 0-2. All knotted up here between the Kingsmen and Ray's Collegiate. Another 2-strike pitch. Just high. Really good location on the 0-2 from Entrican. That was pitch number 60 through 3 1/3. And another one just high of the zone. Wojciech bouncing out of the box after not swinging at that one. Jackson Sarah is on deck. 2-2 now to Malachi Wojciech in the 5-hole. Entrican hits the knees, gets him with the fastball. After a couple just high of the zone, he goes low and limbos his way to another strikeout. That is 8 for Entrican against the Blue Claws. Here's Jackson Sarah with 2 down. First pitch to Sarah. Similar to that strike 3 spot, but maybe just a tad lower toward the inside corner. It is 1-0. In the top of the 5th, it'll be Bernie Catani McNeil. 9-10-1. Sarah takes ball 2. Only 1 hit for each of these teams. The only Kingsman hit came when Christian Burney didn't even mean to swing at the baseball. It was a check swing single to the right side. 2-0 just missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Burney will lead off the 5th, trying to find some more success against Taya. There's a 4-pitch walk. Just the second walk of the game for Noah Entrican. And Jackson Sarah has reached both times he has come up to the plate. A 2-out single in the second and a 2-out walk here in the fourth. He stole second last time he was aboard. We'll see what he tries here with Matt Fell back into the box. Dancing into his primary lead. First pitch outside half of the zone. A strike as Entrikin starts off the at-bat strong, 0-1. Entrikin has thrown 67 pitches, 25 balls, 42 strikes. Throws over to first.
Okay.
0-1 should be the count. There's a swing and a miss. That was only the second pitch thrown by Entrikin here in the at-bat. And it is 0-2 here with 2 outs. Runner on the move, outside, throw down from Ritz, another good one. They've got him. Sarah stole second 2 innings ago. He's caught this time. And the out made to wrap up the fourth. We head to the 5th inning. 9-10-1. When we come back, it's all knotted up here, ABA Prospect Baseball on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Top 5 all knotted up between the Kingsmen and the Blue Claws of Ray's Collegiate. There's a ball to Christian Burney. Ball 2. Hitter's count for Burns, who has the only hit of the game for the Kingsmen. Ground ball, third base side, long run into the hole for the shortstop, and the throw even longer. Burney to first, and he will not try for second. That'll be a base hit. He had that beat. And the throw did get by the first baseman from the shortstop, but it is a single. Dino Catani will hit with a man on first and nobody out. Just so you know, that's the wrong entry. If you wouldn't mind fixing it, it's number 22. I can show you. We'll do it in between. Huh? We'll do it in between. Yeah. We will have a runner here for Christian Burney, the extra hitter. Brody Winan going to come into the game and run. Kingsman number 35. should be a pinch runner, but he could re-enter the game the next time through the order. But Winan. There have been plenty of games this season that Christian Burney has been courtesy run for as one of the catchers. Catani squares, pulls it back. The pitch was high. There's a snap throw to first. Back safely goes Brody Winan. Winan has been called upon to run a decent amount this season for the varsity team, one of the newer floaters when the ABA had its period of roster updates. Catani pulled back. That ball got to the backstop. And Winan will run into second standing up. Ball was in the dirt. It'll go as a wild pitch. 2 balls and no strikes, and now Dino Catani probably doesn't need to bunt. All tied up at 1. Every game at this point in the season so important in the ABA standings. Outside. Top of the order coming up after this for the Kingsmen. And this 5th threatening to look just like the 3rd so far, where Burney singled and then Dino Catani got the free pass. Caden McNeil would love to have a couple of runners on as he looks for his first hit of the game right after this. Aiden Hyatt is nearing 80 pitches. This will be number 79. Both Hyatt and Entrican have been near unstoppable on the mound for their respective teams. A really fun pitchers duel between the Kingsmen and the Blue Claws. Both pitchers through 4, and Hyatt trying to get through this 5th. Blue Claws, during that conference between pitcher and catcher, walked somebody down to the bullpen. 3-0. 4-pitch walk to Dino. It's the 2nd time he has walked himself aboard here in this ballgame. Gavin Garcia is the man that walked down to the bullpen a minute ago for the Blue Claws. We'll see what the leash looks like on Aiden Hyatt as the coach walks out to the mound. We're going to step aside for a minute. 2nd and 1st, nobody out here in the 5th, a tie ball game in Myrtle Beach. Back here after the mound visit, Caden McNeil up for the 3rd time. 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. He walked to load the bases his last time to the plate. A spin and throw to second. Winan is in there safely. In the 3rd inning, when the Kingsmen scored their only run, McNeil walked to load the bases after this same situation. Ryan Waters struck out for what was out number 2, and then Beatrice walked to score the game's first run. McNeil tries to bunt, and he jumps out of the way. 1 ball and no strikes. See if he squares again. 2nd and 1st, nobody out. He does. That ball once again high for ball 2. McNeil has bunted for a base hit a couple of times this season. It would be a win-win for the Kingsmen in this spot. Either you get the go-ahead runs into scoring position with 1 out, or if he can leg it out, you're looking at potential for a huge inning. 2-0. A third square. And this time he pulls it back as it sinks down the heart of the plate. Perhaps just demanding a strike out of Aiden Hyatt. He got it that time. We'll see if Hyatt can come back with another one against the Kingsmen leadoff hitter. McNeil hasn't been tested in left field here today. Trying to make his first big impact on the game. And he takes the ball 3. Ryan Waters is on deck. Similarly to McNeil, he has walked and struck out. Hyatt trying to find the zone on the 3-1. And McNeil pulls back the bunt at strike number 2. Aiden Hyatt has 4 strikeouts this afternoon. The second time through the order, he only struck out 1 hitter. Looking for a big out here in the 5th. And the shortstop had gone over. Sarah had covered second briefly. There was no throw over to the second base bag, and Hyatt instead steps off. Here's the payoff. And McNeil rips it shortstop side and through into left center field. Weiner gets the wave. The throw goes into Sarah. It's 2-1. RBI single, Caden McNeil. And the Kingsmen have their second hit of the ball, or their third hit of the ball game, second of the inning, and their second run. Catani moved up to second. McNeil is on first as the trailing runner, and here's Ryan Waters in a one-run ball game. McNeil squared to bunt on 5 consecutive pitches to start that at-bat, and then ripped a 3-2 fastball through the infield. Now Waters tries to bunt himself aboard, and he bunts it foul. Oh, 0-1 to Ryan Waters. We'll see if he squares again, and he does. This time it's down in fair territory. They go to third, and the stretch is in time. Coach Hudak with his hands on his head, he cannot believe it. And I wonder if he'll ask about a second angle. He's appealing that the third baseman came off the bag. The home plate umpire would have a much better view of a play like that, but Coach Hudak not walking toward home plate. Instead, they'll take the out. Waters bunted the ball toward the pitcher, and Hyatt with a quick enough exchange to get to third and cut down the lead runner. Huge first out here in the 5th for the Blue Claws.
How about me?
Owen Beatrice has runners on second and first. And a check swing foul. We've seen a lot of check swings make contact with the baseball in this game. If I had a quarter for every time that a ball has been check swinged off of the bat today, I could probably buy a hot dog at the concession stand here at the Ripken Experience. Oh, 1. And that breaking ball tails high. They throw down to second. McNeil dives back in. Beatrice is 0 for 1, a pop out and a walk. His walk scored the first run of the game. Runners on the move. That ball is low. A shuffle, but no throw from the catcher, Aiden Moore. It's a double steal. McNeil is into third with another stolen base, and Waters is right behind him into second. Those are the first stolen bases of the game for the Kingsmen, who are caught stealing to end the first. They grabbed 2 for 1. Here's the 2-1 OB. It is high for a ball. Israel Classe is on deck. He had the bases loaded in the third and hit a sky-high fly ball to right field. That was a fly out to end the inning. Hitters count for Beatrice. And he takes ball 4. He is walked again. That is walk number 8 for Aiden Hyatt. 92 pitches on the game. He's thrown 20 in this inning. Bases loaded with 1 out to face the Kingsman cleanup man. They are going to have him go at another batter here. Classe is 0 for 2. First pitch. Just low of the zone. A decent one from Hyatt into Moore. Just 1 run so far in the inning for the Kingsmen, who take their second lead of the ball game. The run scoring on an RBI single from Kaden McNeil, who is now on third base. 1-0 to Izzy. And Classe hits it hard and fair down the right field line. It hooks down toward the corner. He rounds first as 2 runs score. Here comes Beatrice getting the wave. The throw is late, and it is a bases-clearing triple for Israel Classe, who scampers all the way around to third and breaks the game wide open here in the 5th inning. Hit it hard, and it just stayed fair. The ball was in the corner for a long time. The right fielder, Wojciak, had a little bit of trouble getting to it. The big hit finally comes for the Kingsmen. It took 5 innings, but a triple from Izzy makes it 5-1. First pitch, a strike to Montgomery Hart. Hyatt will throw pitch number 95 the next time he throws one to the plate. Hart grounded out to the catcher his last time. That ball's off the glove, and Classe going to stay put. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike. High of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count.
Watch your birds. Watch your birds. That thing is high.
2-1, a curveball left high. If the Kingsmen get another hitter, it will be Hudson Entrican.
Let's go, drop.
3-1. And a walk. That will be it for Aiden Hyatt here. Pitch number 99 is ball 4 to Montgomery Hart. And they will move on here to the bullpen. In a lot of ways, it was an excellent outing for the Rays Collegiate right-hander, but the walks became a problem. 9 in total. And it comes back to hit him hard with the Israel Classe bases clearing triple here in the 5th. The Kingsmen with a 4 spot. We'll see if they can get any more out of it against Gavin Garcia when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Hudson Entrican at the plate for the Kingsmen, facing a new arm, Gavin Garcia, the right-hander, in out of the pen for Aiden Hyatt, who threw 99 pitches to get you his final stat line. Once it is final, he's responsible for the runners on first and on third. That ball is low. Runner was on the move, and there is a stolen base right away for Montgomery Hart, second and third.
Because I'll still be on Aiden, the first pitcher. It'll be on.
The pitch was called a strike. Delayed call. It is 1-1. Second and third, infield in against Entrican. In the dirt, a good block from Aiden Moore. There were no runs scored until the top of the third. Both teams traded a run in the third inning. They both had the bases loaded, but only scored one run. Scoreless in the fourth, and then the Kingsmen with a big top of the fifth. No bullpen action for the Kingsmen as Noah Entrican looks set to come out for the fifth inning, trying to shut down the Blue Claws in response. There's a high fly ball deep to left field. No doubt about it. Hudson Entrican with a 3-run tank. And he leaves the yard 10 feet inside the foul line to make it a 7-run ball game here in the fifth inning. An absolute star scraper. Garcia hung the breaking ball. Entrican did not miss it. One out here in the fifth. And Garcia will face Mason Ritzema, who comes to the plate for the third time. That's a strike in there to Ritzema. A fly out to center. A hard hit fly ball that was probably the hardest hit ball of the game before this last half inning. That ball's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now. A fielder's choice got Ray's Collegiate a run here in this ball game, but all 8 batters to come to the plate in this fifth inning have reached one way or another. That one outside. That home run by Hudson Entrican was his first of the spring. And what a way to open up numbers in that category. A big swing out to left field. Now Ritzema tries his hand at one, sends a fly ball to shallow center, playable for Rayleigh, and he has the catch to retire Ritzema for the second straight at bat. There's out number 2, so that base runner streak ends, and Tristan Harless comes up with 2 outs. Kingsmen would need at least 3 more here in this inning to have any chance of ending the game here in the fifth. A sentence that didn't seem likely about 15 minutes ago, but the bats have woken up here against the end of Aiden Hyatt's time on the mound, and then Gavin Garcia out of the bullpen. Harless hits one into deep left center field. Back on it a couple steps is Maltoff, who now turns himself over, and it's off the wall. Running up on the hill to try to catch that ball, he's unable to do so. And Harless sends one off the fence in front of the Crosley Field scoreboard for a 2-out double. Christian Burney started off this fifth inning with a base hit. A ground ball single into the hole. The shortstop cut it off in the deep part of the infield, but did not score. Or rather, did not have the opportunity to throw him out. Christian Burney walked to the plate, and Julian Chestnut and Coach Joe Hudak currently having a conversation. about likely the substitution rule here, because Christian Burney was substituted out for Brody Wynan earlier on in this inning. Hudak and Chestnut talking right now. Burney walked to the dugout briefly, but now starting to come back to the plate. I think just clarification on that the re-entry rule is in effect. Final line for Hyatt, 4 1/3, 99 pitches, 4 hits, 7 earned runs, 9 walks, 4 strikeouts. First pitch here to Christian Burney, and it ends up toward us. 90 feet for Tristan Harless. I didn't bring my glove on this road trip, but almost had the chance to use one. So Christian Burney back into the game, and the press box here as a collective unit starting to figure out, I think, the problem with Christian Burney there is the count now 2-0. Walked back to the dugout, and I believe he changed out of what were some metal cleats. And he's wearing tennis shoes now, as is the standard at this field. 2 balls and no strikes here with 2 outs and a man on third. And the ball's outside. Dino Catani will hit if one more hitter comes to the plate. The Kingsmen have batted around the order here in inning number 5. Burney, a green light. And perhaps he should have seen yellow there. That ball was in the dirt, and he went after it on 3-0. Hitters count here. Garcia's 3-1 is over the head of Burney, and he reaches for the 3rd time.
Let's go, Dino.
Here is Catani, who has walked twice.
Bro, really don't care.
You got 2 here. Come on out. Go, Dino.
Runners on the corners, ball 1 just outside of Catani. Corners with 2 outs. The 10th run is at the plate right now for the Kingsmen. Noah Entrikin has been sitting on the bench for a while, and he was just doing some light tossing in foul territory with Micah Irving, and the home plate umpire asking them both to step back into the dugout. 1-0. Catani takes a ball high. Dino's got some pop in that bat. We've seen it at the varsity level this season. When the team was out in Houston, Texas, playing the Bennett School, he hit a home run in Game 2 of the varsity series out to deep right field. 2-0. Outside again. 3 balls and no strikes. If Dino Catani reaches here in the 5th, it would be the top of the order once again, the 4th time through. There's a strike, 3-1. The Kingsmen at the bottom of the order for the 3rd time. Meanwhile, Ray's Collegiate has gotten through the 6th spot for the 2nd time today. Three balls and a strike to Dino. And a ball high. So Catani has walked for the 3rd time today. Katie McNeil up with the bases loaded and 2 down.
Hey, Eric.
Bases loaded for Katie McNeil with 2 outs. 1 for 2 today, a strikeout and a single, as well as a walk. 4th time up for Caden. Inside, and it hit him. It hit him to bring in a run. That scores Tristan Harless. Now an 8-run inning for the Kingsmen.
Out here.
Meeting on the mound here, Gavin Garcia came in when Entrican was coming to the plate to relieve Aiden Hyatt, who pitched 4 1/3 for this Blue Claws team, had only given up 1 run through the first 4. Israel Classe with a bases clearing double, or rather a bases clearing triple into the right field corner, and then Hudson Entrican with a 3-run home run to break this wide open here in the 5th. Gavin Garcia has been out there for a while now, 21 pitches in relief to get just 1 out so far. Waters takes a big cut. 2027 outfielder out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. A walk and a fielder's choice, as well as a strikeout. Waters takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball and a strike, 2 away here in the 5th. Two and 1. And outside off the glove, Bernie not going to test the catcher. Aiden Moore came out to grab it after it was off that catcher's glove. 3 balls and 1 strike. Owen Beatrice on deck if the Kingsmen once again move the line along. Game 1 of 3 between the Kingsmen and Ray's Collegiate. Final conference series before the round robin for the Kingsmen. Varsity plays next week at ECA. Out in Goldsboro, Ryan Waters hits a fly ball foul right field. Out of play on that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will have a head start here with 2 outs. Full count from Garcia. Outside. And another run walks in here in the 5th inning. Garcia is going to be done here. Gets 1 out, but unable to get the Blue Claws out of this inning. They will turn to a new arm here with 2 outs in the 5th. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
If we somehow
Back here in the fifth inning, 10-1. Owen Beatrice on the mound, bases loaded. He takes a ball just inside from Jason Morrison, the third pitcher of the inning for Ray's Collegiate. Hyatt got the first out, but at 99 pitches, his day was done. Garcia got one more. They trust in Morrison now to get them out of this marathon fifth. 9 runs in the inning for the Kingsmen. Looking for at least one more to give Noah Entrikin the opportunity to come back out in the bottom half and wrap this game up early. 2 balls and no strikes to Owen Beatrice. He chops one foul, took a big cut, hit it third base side. 2 balls and a strike now. Beatrice 0 for 1 today. He popped out, walked twice. His last time in this inning up to the plate, he walked and then scored on the Israel Clase bases clearing triple. 2 big hits, 3 extra base hits in total this inning for the Kingsmen. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Catani took an aggressive secondary off a third, trying to make sure he can score if the ball gets by the catcher. Morrison into the game in a tough spot. He's thrown only 4 pitches, but he now needs to find the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Clase on deck to hit again if one more batter comes to the plate. 3-1, Beatrice sends it to deep right. Back on it goes Wojcik toward the little slope in right, and he does make the catch to end the inning and guarantee at least 6. It's a fly out to end the frame. The Kingsmen score 9. It is 10-1 here in Myrtle Beach. We'll be right back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the bottom of the fifth, Noah Entrikin is back on the mound for the Kingsmen, facing off against 7-8-9, Matt Fell, the leadoff man. That's a ball from Entrikin. It has been a minute since he's been back on the mound. 3 o'clock local time here in Myrtle Beach. Thanks for joining us from wherever you may be. And Entrikin finished off the fourth. It was a 1-1 game. There's a foul ball to make it 1-1. Entrikin has given up just 1 hit. The Rays scored in the third on a fielder's choice with the bases loaded and 1 out. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there to make it 1-2. Entrikin is up to 72 pitches now. 1-2 is the count here. With nobody out. Curveball just to miss the zone. It is 2-2.
Great pitch, Noah. Great pitch. What's going on?
2-2 pitch. Fastball low, and that makes the count full here with nobody out. Leadoff man at the plate. Full count pitch. Outside corner, got him. Strikes out, fell for the second time as he paints the zone for strikeout number 9. Cale Conan, the 8-hole hitter, one of the extra hitter with the Blue Claws batting 10. He fouls one off to the screen. Doubleheader tomorrow for you. Not the only Kingsmen action this week in Myrtle Beach. Games 2 and 3 of that 3-game set, starting at 11 in the morning tomorrow here at the Ripken Experience. 0-1 is in the dirt, blocked by Mason Ritson.
Like a knockout.
There's a foul ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, no, come on, quit that shit. Quit that shit.
In the dirt, it hit. The right-hand batter, Cale Conan, is on with a hit by pitch. Second hit batter for Ray's Collegiate here in the ball game. That puts a man on with 1 out. And Joe Morris, the other batter to be hit by pitch in today's game, is up now with a man on first. Ground ball, shortstop side, a chance for 2. Hard underhand to Beatrice for 1. They go across the diamond. 6-4-3, 4-2. We head to the 6th. Special guest joins us when we return right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here in the top of the 6th, Israel Classe leading things off, a triple his last time. Second inning for Jason Morrison, who got the last out of the inning, gets a pop-up here, and just foul. 0-1. That ball sneaking right over the net. We have a special guest in the booth here today, Dalton Bisbano, former Kingsman Collegiate summer player. at Coastal Carolina now. Didn't play this year with an injury as a freshman, but Dalton, welcome in.
Thank you. That's nice to be here again. Nice to see you again, Griff.
Yeah, I'm glad you can make the short drive over. How far is it from Conway?
About 20 minutes.
Okay.
22 minutes, to be exact. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
easy drive.
Yeah, not too bad. So now you're dealing with some injury stuff right now. Kind of walk me through what you're going through, what the recovery is like.
Yeah, so I got Tommy John surgery. I tore my UCL back in February, so I got Tommy John February 5th. I'm about 3 months out in recovery. So just doing PT, regular physical therapy. Just started a new phase. So I'm doing some med ball work, some plyometric work. But can't throw until June.
Wow.
So that's really tough. But yeah, able to lift my lower body. Can't do upper body yet.
I gotcha.
But I think the worst part is I can't play golf yet.
I know you're a big golfer. You know,
golfer.
Those at home probably wouldn't know. We lived together this last summer.
Yeah.
Before the academy had the apartments, the summer team had host families, as you would say. And the two of us, your older brother Aiden, who was playing at Winthrop at the time, and then Garrett Brust from Greensboro College, the four of us had, I think what we could pretty easily say is the best house out of the summer team last year.
So much fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Classe flying out to center field for the first out of the inning. Montgomery Hart is at the plate right now. Morrison throws him a pitch. That's hit into right center, and it is down in front of the center fielder Rayleigh for a base hit. Gummy's first hit of the ball game. They've got a base runner with one away. So you said you're going to throw again starting in June, hopefully.
Yep,
and then what's the timetable for a full return?
Full return, they say, is about 12 to 15 months. So before I'm off a mound again, that'll be around January is when I'll be on the mound. But you start off around 50% on the mound, so it's basically you're throwing like really lightly. And then fully game experience would be February. So right now it's, can I play next year? What is that all about?
I gotcha. So likely a medical red shirt for this season. We'll see how things go.
Yep.
So you said you're a big golfer. You can't golf right now.
Right.
I guess my question to you is, what have you been doing in your free time? As Entrican shoots a deep fly ball to right center. That is a tough play for Rayleigh. He makes the catch and now throws back toward first. Hart hustles back to first base, and he is in there. Long fly out by Entrican, who had a home run his last at bat. There are two away here, and Mason Ritzma will come to the plate. So what have you been doing for fun?
Just gaming. I play Xbox, play some Fortnite here and there.
There you go.
Yeah.
More of a Rocket League guy myself, but I've never been very good.
Oh, yeah. We used to play Fall Guys. Actually, no, the best game we ever played was rugby. What was it? Olympic
Yeah. The Tokyo, for those of you that are not video game players, the consoles have a Olympic Games game as Mason Ritzma hits another fly ball out to center. Long run and over the head of Rayleigh, bouncing off the wall. Montgomery Hart going to get the wave. It's a double for Ritzma, and it scores a run. Mason Ritzma with his second double in as many days, and that gives the Kingsmen a 10-run lead. So the Kingsmen up 11-1 now, and with 3 outs in the bottom of the 6th, can wrap the game up and inning early. But yeah, tons of fun on the gaming side, just with all the stuff that we were able to do over the summer. Certainly some fun memories. What has it been like playing for Coastal? Obviously, you haven't been able to see the field yet, be in that stadium on the field, but I'm sure you've gotten to experience the atmosphere at the home games. What's that like?
I mean, it's a dream come true. I mean, it's a great community. Even just being in the dugout, not being able to play, you just feel the atmosphere. I'm in the dugout, and not necessarily I feel the pressure, but I just feel the excitement. So that's just a really fun aspect of it.
I bet. I haven't been to a game in Conway, but obviously, if you know college baseball, Coastal has that history. They were in the national championship game just a couple of years ago, and that atmosphere seems to be awesome. But what's it like being with the team this season? I can't say I've kept up with it a whole lot, but I assume the season's going relatively well.
Yeah, we're having a great year so far. First in conference play, which is huge. I mean, played against some really good teams. Went down to Houston and played in the Bruce Bolt Classic at the Houston Astros Stadium. I got to travel for that, so that was amazing.
That's very cool.
That was really cool being in that stadium. But yeah, I mean, it's been great so far.
Tristan Harless takes the ball that was behind him, caught pretty nicely by Aiden Moore. The runner now on third after a wild pitch. That's Logan Daniel. Was a courtesy runner this last half inning. So what else is going on, Dalton? I know, if you don't mind talking about it, I know this last summer was a big summer for you, both on the field and off the field. I know spiritually, you've given your life to Christ. What has that journey been like for you over the last year since doing that?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten me through this year. You know, I don't think if I had the relationship with Christ I have now, that I would be able to get through having this injury. So really just leaning on God to just guide me towards the right direction has been massive. Yeah, like you said, I gave my life to Christ back in July of this past summer. And yeah, I mean, it's just been great ever since. I feel like my relationship has just grown since then. So yeah, it's been a huge aspect of my recovery.
That is awesome to hear. A teammate of yours from the summer, Christian Bernie, at the plate. He's had a big year. Don't know how much you've gotten to keep up with it. He actually hit a home run yesterday at Lander.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Four home runs now for Bernie. But yeah, that summer team has a ton of opportunities, obviously, as you got to experience firsthand in order to grow your faith. I think the only thing you didn't get to do on the spiritual side of things was to experience the mission trip in the Dominican Republic. I know with the injury you won't be able to play with us this summer, but any chance you might sneak onto that trip?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm definitely going to talk to Hudak about it. I mean, 'cause that's something I really missed from this past summer. Going to Alaska was great. That was really fun. But yeah, I definitely missed that mission trip, so I'm going to try to go this summer, talk to Hudak about it, and see what happens.
For sure. How's Aiden doing?
He's doing great. He's playing baseball at Mount Olive University, Division II up in Mount Olive, North Carolina. He's pitching up there. He's had a pretty good year. He actually got some looks from some different pro scouts.
Very cool.
So, yeah, he talked to the Mariners. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so he's doing good.
There you go. Well, yeah. Hopefully there's some pro baseball in the future of both as Bonos.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm really glad you could make it out here. Christian Bernie shoots a fly ball into shallow center. Riley looking up, makes the catch to end the inning. Really glad you could join us today. Glad you can make the drive over. Obviously, it's great to see you. We've seen, I think it's 4 Kingsmen from this last summer, just over the last couple of days, with Salisbury, Alexander, and then Brady Yarborough has also just happened to be on a visit.
Nice.
At
Lander?
Yeah, at Lander
Awesome,
yesterday. So he was there, and obviously great to see you as always. So yeah, thanks for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. Be back for the bottom of the 6th. Kingsmen 3 outs away from victory here in Myrtle Beach. We'll be right back. Back here, bottom six, Kingsmen 3 outs away from a win here in Myrtle Beach. Noah Entrican looking for a complete game. So it was a strike to Cooper Maltoff. 0-2 to the leadoff man. It's 10-1-2 for Rays Collegiate. With a run here in the bottom of the sixth, they can extend things to the seventh. 0-2, missed the zone. One, two. Outside corner, strike three. That is yet another strikeout for Noah Entrican. 84 pitches. For the third time this season, he has struck out 10 hitters. Absolutely electric.
I wonder how much
That ball is low. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's not a bad thing. It's actually like the turf is not.
Christian Burney is behind the plate for the Kingsmen now. Mason Ritzma started the game as the catcher. So Burney catching Entrican here in the bottom of the sixth. There's a swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Got away from Burney, but nobody on, so it doesn't matter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aiden Moore at the plate for the third time, 0 for 2 in the ball game. More than Rayleigh at the plate. All that's guaranteed for the rest of the game for Rays Collegiate, unless they can get something started. 2-strike pitch in the dirt, and no swing. Moore reached on an error to the shortstop last time. Two balls and 2 strikes. Entrican looking for a new best. He gets a ground ball to second instead. Beatrice up with it to first. 2 outs. Rays Collegiate down to its final out unless they can find a run. Matthew Rayleigh will be called upon to try to get something started. Rays has just 1 hit in the ball game. 2 walks from Entrican, 2 hit by pitches. He has struck out 10 and allowed just the 1 hit, a ground ball up the middle from Jackson Serra back in the second inning. Pitch number 90 for Noah. It's a fly ball to right. This could do it, but Entrican's got a long way to go. Hudson Entrican cannot get there, and the ball hops toward the right field corner. Around second, heading to third is Matthew Rayleigh, and he is in there with a 2-out triple. Just the second hit of the game for Rays Collegiate, and they've got an extension of this ball game now just 90 feet away with Torrey Hutchinson coming back up in the 3-hole.
Come on, Troy, let's go, man.
Noah Entrican sees the first extra base hit of the game for Rays Collegiate, hit off of him with just 1 out left to go, and now a swing and a miss to get things started again against Torrey Hutchinson. He has struck him out twice today, both swinging. If he can get him at the plate without the run scoring, the ball game would be over. 0-1. Here's a fly ball foul, and it is 0-2. Mentioned it earlier, Noah Entrican striking out his 10th hitter, the leadoff man in this inning. The third time he has struck out 10 in a ball game. 0-2. Ground ball, second base side. This could do it. Beatrice with it to first, and the Kingsmen win the ball game. Final score, 11-1. A defensive battle for the opening 4 innings, but the Kingsmen put a statement on the board in the 5th. 9 runs to catapult them ahead, and they wrap things up with one more in the 6th inning. Final score 11-1. The Kingsmen grab a big win to keep steady with the leaders in the ABA standings. We'll be back tomorrow for a doubleheader. First pitch of Game 1 of the doubleheader is set for 11 a.m. on the East Coast here in Myrtle Beach. Thanks for joining us. I'm Griffin Leonard saying so long from Crossley Field here at the Myrtle Beach Ripken Experience. Be back with 2 more tomorrow. Final score 11-1 here today. Thanks for joining us here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.